Hey guys, welcome back. This is By the Book and we're your married relationship coaches. I'm Cent.
I'm Sil.
And today we're talking about Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 15, Alexis and Justin. But this is a sidebar. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who are with us every week, you already know what it is. If you're new, hit subscribe and join us for this little segment of our sidebar where we take a small piece of what's going on with this week's episode and we blow it up into its own video because we are talking about it here at home.
Yeah.
We were going to do this sidebar before, but we got sidetracked and started talking about another issue, and we did a totally different sidebar on Alexis and Justin. Uh-huh. But what we were trying to talk about at the time when I got so distracted was who played Justin. Justin feels played, right? He told that to Nate. He feels like Alexis played him. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's plenty of blame to go around. I joke around. I say Justin played himself, which I do think that. And we'll get to that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of missteps along the way in this couple, in this matchup. So first and foremost, I think Pastor Cal played Justin.
Pastor Cal.
He did.
In what way did Pastor Cal play Justin?
For certain people, certain relationships, I feel like Pastor Cal has the potential to have more insight into whether or not this will be a good match. I don't know what Alexis put down on her forms and, whatever surveys she had to fill out to be on this show. But all they highlighted with her in terms of matching her up with somebody was somebody's haul. Do you remember anything else?
No, not really. Okay, but wait a minute. If she said, in her interviews, we kept hearing her say that all she was really looking for was a tall guy. Mm-hmm. They got her a tall guy.
So they got her a tall guy, but there was more.
Okay, but wait. But if she put on there, I want a tall guy. They gave her a tall guy. How did Pastor Cal play him?
Because they do a lot more. If you talk about this is how many weeks prior to being selected, they go through a very stringent selection process.
Yes.
Right? They're supposed to be matching them up on areas of compatibility that we have no idea about. These are experts, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me that the experts didn't know that Alexis had a very dominant personality and that it was quite likely that she was going to need somebody as alpha as she is, if not more so, to kind of balance that out. They didn't give her that. And so thereby they didn't give Justin what he needed because he's not alpha like that. Yeah. They put him with somebody who was going to be wholly incompatible with him. That's a fail. Pastor Cal should have said something. I didn't hear him speak up when they were doing their selections. Mm-hmm. Dr. Pepper don't know what she's doing anymore. She don't care about this show. She failed everybody. She is ready to retire and go.
You just gonna throw Dr. Pepper underneath the bus like that?
Look, one of our commenters said a couple of weeks ago, she looked tired. And I could not have said it better myself. She looked tired of this show. She over it. She needs to go off into the sunset, retire, stay in the same house as her husband, because we all know that they live separately. Yeah. And enjoy that. Enjoy retirement, because she's not caring about these people.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? What can I say on the top of that?
Now, who do you think played Justin?
You know who I think played Justin. Alexis, his wife.
But why do you feel like if she felt she was incompatible with him, why does she owe him more than the 8-week process?
Because if she feels that they are incompatible, right?
Yeah.
If that's how she truly feels, then she needs to let him know. If she's not letting him know right up front. She's not letting him know, you know what? When this 8 weeks is up, I'm out. One of those type numbers.
When would she have let him know that?
She living with the man.
No, I'm just saying, like, when along this process would she have let him know that? Because I'm looking at it like you go into this process and you say, look, I'm going to give it the best that I can. Mm-hmm. And you probably haven't decided in week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like, okay, absolutely no. So you're saying whenever she realized like it's going to be a no,
Yes.
then she should have said it. But maybe she's not realizing it until right now.
Yeah, no. Alexis knew, I think, when her dog got bit that she was going to say no. And if she didn't know it at that particular moment, when teeth hit flesh, she knew it within a day or so after that.
You think so? See, I feel like she really was trying to give it a chance. I mean, I'm not a big Alexis fan or anything, but it is hard to make that determination. You go into this thing, I'm assuming, hoping that you're with your person. You've been matched with your person, and you're going to have to work through some conflict. And if they hit that conflict in week 2, if that, you got to be thinking at some point, just giving her the benefit of the doubt here. So you got to be thinking like, all right, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to see where this goes. Let me give it another few weeks. Let me give it the whole 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, if she really has been trying from week 1 on until now, I don't necessarily think she played him. Not throughout this whole process.
Okay.
And I think, go ahead. Because you got something on your chest. I feel it. Go.
Okay. You can try. In some regards, but your heart not be totally in it. You just moving through the motions. You just taking a few steps here and there. I would even go so far as to say when they had sex, I think that was a checkoff box just so she can say I tried.
I was wondering about that,
but I don't think her heart has been in this thing since the honeymoon. I just don't.
A lot of people's hearts aren't in it because they're not in love.
Yeah.
They just met. Like, I don't know that I think, say, Mitch's heart was fully in it. I think he wants to try, but I don't know that I think his heart was in it. So I can't fully fault her for not having her heart fully in it because that's a process.
Yeah, but I think the process will dictate for you to be honest about that. And if the true trying, when your heart is not in it, is, look, Justin, let's sit down, let's talk. And then we can use the show's experts, or we can go get our own counselor or therapist or whatever. This is us truly, truly trying. But no, if you don't voice it, like, I don't think you're the guy for me. I want you to be, and I want to be the woman for you. And then the only way I see forward is for us to take an honest step, not me just checking off a box and going through the motions. And I think that's just what she was doing. So I think she played him. And I think by her going through the motions and allowing him to give away his dog, she played Justin.
I don't feel like nobody can make you give away a dog, right? So obviously that's a choice that he made.
He made a choice.
He made that choice because he offered up to give up that dog right after the incident happened. He was like, well, I'll try this. I'll send her to training. If it doesn't work out, he'll have to get rid of her. He said that. That was his own declaration that he made on his own. Now, do I think that she felt like he owed that to her since he said it? Yes, because she said that. She's like, well, since he said it, I expect him to follow through with it. She said that probably in, episode 3 or 4. So, yes, she was expecting him to be a man of his word in terms of what he said he was going to do. But she did not make that ultimate decision for him. No. And so I can't wholly put the blame on her. I can't say she could have said, hey, if you're basing this decision to get rid of Maya on whether or not our relationship makes it, just make it after decision day so that you're going into it fully informed.
Yeah.
I would have liked for her to say that, but she wasn't obligated to say that, so I can't say she played him.
Again, honesty. Just be honest.
But he didn't ask the question.
Don't have to. Just be honest.
Then he should have been honest too. We've got to hold him to the same standards as her. If his honesty, his truth is, I'm going to get rid of this dog and expect you to say yes because of this sacrifice that I made for you, then he needs to be honest about that as well. He can't ask her to be forwardly projecting this honesty for him if he's not doing the same thing for himself. Mm-hmm. To me. Now,
what if he wasn't aware?
Then he's slow. And he got to be smarter than that.
Because I don't think he was just thinking that.
Maybe,
that.
I can't credit him for being like, if we're going to say Alexis should have known, she could have seen this, she could have perceived that, then we've got to credit him with that same amount of perception. Mm-hmm. It's not fair to leave it unbalanced. If she should have known and looked forward, been forward thinking, then he should have looked forward too. In my opinion. You guys let us know what you think about that. I also think if Pastor Cal didn't fail Justin, the producers might have failed Justin. Because we know the producers are interested in good TV, right? Yeah. I think anybody could have known that Alexis and Justin were going to give some sort of entertainment, if you will, because of the conflict in their personalities. Because she's so alpha and he's so beta, or whatever you want to call it. The producers might have overridden what Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper have made as choices. I think that it happens at least with one couple every season. It does. So that could have been the experimental couple. So if it wasn't, like I said, if it wasn't Pastor Cal, then it was probably the producer saying, well, let's just throw these two together and see if sparks fly.
Yeah, well, they do just about every season, put a couple together. And they'll get together and they'll say, well, this person is strong in this, and this person is weak in that, and these two people will come together, and it will bring this person out of their shell.
What is that opposites attract thing? Like, that does not always work.
Yeah.
And specifically for something like this, and I think the same thing for Ben and Morgan, actually. Mm-hmm. When you have the beta male with the alpha female, I don't think that usually works.
Yeah.
I think the experts should know that, and maybe everybody knows it. But again, the producers were looking for sparks to fly. So.
Yeah, I could see that. I think they were definitely thinking about they would be good for TV instead of thinking about would they be good together.
Yeah, and it's sad because you're putting people through kind of traumatic situations.
Yeah.
For everybody's entertainment, so that's kind of messed up.
Yes, but you know what? The experts say that they make the picks. Mm-hmm. And even through these last maybe like 4 or 5 seasons or whatever, a lot more people are saying they're not making those picks. Yeah. But they came back and they said, no, we're making these picks.
I wouldn't take credit for that if I were them, because the success rate is terrible.
Absolutely not. Mm-hmm.
So, my other theory is that Newton played Justin. Newton is Alexis's dog.
Okay.
I think
I'm intrigued, but I don't, but I don't think this is the case. But go ahead.
Newton did not want a new dad. All right. Newton scoped that situation out, and he's like, "Yeah, if I play the victim, Mom's gonna get rid of this man." Mm. It's like a kid, when you bring a kid, you got a kid already, and you like bringing a new potential step parent around, and the kid's like, no, I'm not feeling this. I want mom all to myself, or I want dad all to myself. Then, they act out. They cause some conflict. You don't know what Newton was communicating to Maya in that situation.
Okay.
He probably was like, go ahead, bite me. I did.
Okay. I guess I got one question. Have you been drinking? And if you have, how come you didn't share that? What's going on with my life?
I got a
tonight?
Secret stash.
Oh,
no, I'm just teasing. Mm-hmm. I don't blame this on the dogs at all. Poor Maya, poor Newton. I feel really bad for them both. But I do think at the end of the day, I will say this again, Justin played himself. He just did. I mean, he should have asked the question that he tried to manipulate the answer to. We've said it before. I've said it before. And I know you don't agree that he was being manipulative, but he's a smart guy. I have to give him enough credit to say that he could see the handwriting that's on the wall. I think his discomfort with whether or not she was going to say yes or that she probably would say no even, made him do certain behaviors. That was apparent to me at the winery when he was saying he needs more time to show, all that he's capable of. And it was apparent to me following up with the next episode where he got rid of the dog. And then on the back end of that, asked her for confirmation that she was saying yes. That's you playing yourself. When we put ourselves out there, when you assume something, you know what they say about assuming. Yeah. So he shouldn't have made that assumption. He misjudged that situation in thinking that she would, quote unquote, do the right thing, which I don't think, in terms of making a decision about who you're going to stay married to, a lifetime decision like that, the right thing is not to be guilted into saying yes at decision day. The right thing is to make a smart choice as to whether you think compatibility-wise you guys can make it the distance.
That is true. That is true. You know what? Only thing I can say is, do you remember when we were having our premarital counseling? Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
All right. We had our premarital counseling. I asked a question. The question was to the pastor, because we did 2 sets, and the second
Clinical
set
was
and spiritual. All right, so the second one was the pastor.
Yeah.
And so my question to the pastor was, because we were looking at the Bible, of course.
Yeah.
And so we were looking at Ephesians 5, and we were talking, and it talks about men love your wives as Christ will love the church. Okay, all right. So y'all, I'm sure people are familiar with that, right? And so my question to the pastor was, okay, so that represents a sacrificial man. All right. So we talked about being sacrificial in our last video.
Yeah.
And so sacrificial man. And my question to the pastor at that time was, if a man is sacrificial, does that guarantee that the woman is going to submit or be respectful to him? And the pastor was like, nope.
And there we have it.
Nope. So if of course this aligns with Christ. It aligns with Jesus. All right. So he died. He sacrificed himself, but we still have a choice whether we're going to align or accept him, and that's the same thing. So I get it. Justin made the sacrifice. It was still a choice for Alexis to align and to accept and to commit. I get it. I do from that standpoint. However, I still think she played the boy. Period.
All right. Well, we want your opinion, guys. Like I said, I was just being silly about the dogs, but who, in your opinion, played Justin? Was it him? Was it Alexis? Could it have been Pastor Cal? Or was it the producers just trying to make a TV? It's a sad situation. I do feel bad for Justin because, as I say all the time, I know there's people out there that think that I got a thing against Justin. I don't.
You do.
I
You don't like Justin. No,
Justin is a nice guy, I think. Good guy, I'm not sure. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But he's not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay.
Yeah.
There's somebody for him. It's just not Alexis. Yeah. And we've seen that week in, week out.
Yeah.
So
I have a thing more against Alexis than what you have against Justin. I mean, I just think she's mean, and I think she's mean-spirited. I think she's manipulative. I think she wasn't ready for marriage, as Justin said. Yeah. So I'm more the negative side of Alexis than what she is for
Justin.
Yes.
All right, guys, but we digress. Let us know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys soon.